Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts German campaign, where one of my smaller task forces is being engaged by the Spanish. I have the odd feeling I will be outmatched, outgunned, hopefully not outlived. Right, what are we having? Deutschland, Star, König, very good at killing small ships, Hansa, Lippe, and Kaiser Wilhelm the Große. Also, you're not entirely in focus, are you? Huh. Okay, so we have two groups of heavy cruisers, but they're old ones. Okay, what do we have in terms of light cruisers? Oh, I like you. And you're the same class. Okay. That is very good. Those will be very useful indeed. Let's turn off the torpedoes. That is 3 groups. Destroyer, join up with the light cruisers, please. Although, now we have a group of 3 and a group of 4 destroyers. Let's turn it into full destroyer groups. Turn off, tighten formation, turn off, 3, 4, tighten up formation, add flank. It's my destroyers that will do the first blow, hopefully. Munich, show me where's the enemy. Okay, thank you. .34 knots on that division, please. This division, 33 knots. 33 knots over here as well. Heavy cruiser group, 20 knots, please. Heavy cruiser group, 20 knots. Light cruisers, I'm gonna keep you in reserve, actually. I was tempted to move them in as well and fire their torpedoes as well, but let's not. Let's keep the light cruiser group in reserve for later attack. Ten times speed. The small Deutschland is not quite missing the light cruisers here. Okay, Munich. Decent enough attack angle there. Well, I say attack angle, it's more like a defensive angle. I'm not afraid. Enemy is southwest. I'm going to slow down a bit so I can maneuver a bit easier. Contact established. Disengage, disengage, disengage. Light cruisers, heavy cruisers. Turn. Ooh, dodged that one just in the nick of time. Stop torpedo avoidance. Second division is safe as well. Okay, we survived the first torpedo attack by the enemy. Of course, the enemy is already reloaded. Well, you're out. You're almost reloaded. That was terrifying. But we survived, ladies. Oh! Yeah, we survived. Now my cruisers are hitting the destroyer group. I'm bringing my destroyers back in to spot the enemy. Come on, sweetheart. Yeah, he fired. Dodging. Smoke up. Activate torpedo avoidance. And disable it again. Re-enable. Oh my god, a dud hit. That's the second dud hit on this division. Very lucky here. Hold on. You're out of torpedoes. You're out of torpedoes. You're out of torpedoes. Okay, good. Oh, contact. Large enemy destroyer force moving in. You. You are in torpedo range still, okay. First enemy flotilla is pretty much done for, but so is my group, I'm afraid. I have to do this. I have to draw in their torpedo attacks. I have to draw them away from my heavy cruiser lines. Easy does it. You fired. Activate torpedo avoidance again. Activate torpedo avoidance again. Turn it off again. Alright, how are these looking? Looking okay-ish. However, I'm going to turn against the other squadron now. Because these are a lot of enemy ships. I have not launched my counter-torpedoes yet. I'd rather not. Ooh. Normal torpedoes authorized on this group. Fire at will. Safe fire only. Okay, we need to detach this destroyer, I'm afraid. Detach, smoke up. Other ships of this division, build up speed again. A couple of counter-torpedoes, hopefully, will do some damage. And if not, they will at least scare the enemy away. Hopefully. Even for just a moment. Dub torpedo hits. Again. Turn off torpedoes. We may disengage. Inbound torpedoes, Kerning. Activate torpedo avoidance there as well. We're gonna get hit. Yep. Oh my god, you're turning into two dots. Oh my god, I am so bloody lucky there. The cruiser Lippe has been hit. Yeah, we're under serious torpedo attack right now. Can't really seem to get a hang on the enemy destroyers, although their torpedoes are running out, as you can see. I think we survived the worst of it. Oh no! My light cruisers, I forgot about you. Oh my god, increase light cruisers to 28 knots, please. Go, go, go. Destroyers, turn back, turn back. Activate torpedo avoidance again. Wilhelm is, yeah, that's a serious issue there. You girls increase to flank. That flank speed is only 21 knots now. Great. Okay, you're out of torpedoes, you're out of torpedoes. let's focus fire on ships that are actually a threat, shall we? Please tell me you can fire. Please fire those torpedoes before you die. That was a negative on torpedo launch. I'm a bit annoyed that the light cruiser got hit. I mean, I can live with Wilhelm being taken out here. The light cruiser is a bit more annoying, in my opinion. Finally, the ship started to turn. It has a broken rudder, so very hard to dodge those torpedoes. Enemy battle cruiser spotted in the distance. Destroyers prepare to counterattack. Okay, I'm going to be forced to detach you. So slow. Because of the engine damage, eh? I did not expect you girls to get hit still. Okay, dodge them. Excellent. Okay. Jeez. Okay, you are almost in torpedo range for this group. Hopefully I can launch a counterattack against that battle cruiser. No more torpedoes, no more torpedoes, no more torpedoes. I'm sure this division still has some. Aggressive fire torpedoes authorized. Targeting the battle cruiser. Full launch complete. Turn off smoke up. Heavy structural damage. Enemy is entering my lines. Hold it. Torpedoes. Detach. Wilhelm is done for, I'm afraid. Let's turn this destroyer flotilla back around. Okay, that's Via going down. Enemy is starting to take some damage, though. We scored a torpedo hit, 2 torpedo hits on the enemy battle cruiser. I thought I turned this division around, though. Because I didn't. Okay, we're going to turn back and try to defend those heavies. Inbound torpedo. Slight course correction should be enough. That is a lot of torpedoes actually, but hey, fine. Destroyer flotilla, you're actually allowed to fire your torpedoes again. Light cruisers, get in line, please. Wilhelm, turn. Lippe, come about. Hansa, increase to flank. Lippe, you can't really do much more. About to lose 2 heavy cruisers, I'm afraid. Enemy battle cruiser just nuked one of my destroyers. Detach. 4, 5, you may retreat. Good luck. Some of those torpedoes are just terrible at the angles. Ah! The second torpedo that could have hit, didn't hit. Kaiser Wilhelm die Große is eliminated, my friends. First ship lost. Frankly, considering what the enemy threw at me, I'm not unhappy. As stated before, there is a good chance I'll die here. Tighten up formation, please. Evade. Stop evading. Turn away. Heavily turning into an enemy warship now. The loss of this fleet is not consequential for me, but I'd rather not. Hansa do turn. Deutschland, Holland. Hansa, join up with the other heavy cruisers here. Careful, Munich, careful. That is some good hits here against that light cruiser. Amman Cortez. A lot of the enemy destroyers are pretty badly mauled. So in that regard, we're doing well. Sadly, we're engaging the enemy heavy ships now. I believe the enemy, at least some enemies are going after my little destroyer. Enemy heavy cruiser 6. Excellent. That is a step in the right direction, gentlemen. I want this entire division here. Fire at that second enemy cruiser. Cruiser Lippe, let's go. A couple of destroyers. Here are the other destroyers. Okay. Almost out of ammo. But the same goes for the enemy. "23 knots, please. All fleets." We have a destroyer flotilla. Let's come in. Prepare for torpedo attack. This destroyer flotilla may actually veer out again a bit, because we're essentially out of ammo. Yeah, let's pull that division out. Main guns, secondary guns, open fire. Weaken those cruisers as much as you can. Tighten up formation. Here we go. he does it. Waiting on the third ship to cross the line. Lock targets. Lock targets. And 3. Lock targets. Aggressive fire authorized. Kuzolipe is still alive. Can you go any faster? Probably not. Torpedoes away. Away. And I guess... yeah, torpedoes... no, torpedoes in... that's a lot of torpedoes inbound. The rest of the fleet, evasive action. Those are all outbound. Yeah, okay. This destroyer flotilla is safe. Activate torpedo avoidance, please. Goering and Hansa. Excellent. Stop avoiding. Cruisers, fall back. I think my torpedo attack is gonna miss looking at this. Yeah. But seeing I'm essentially out of ammo... got like, what, 4 torpedoes? Heavy cruisers are about to use up their last 6.9ers. Yeah, I think a retreat is not a bad option at this stage. Sadly, retreating with the Lipe there is pretty damn impossible. Light cruisers, prepare for torpedo attack. Destroyers may fall back, you're out of ammo. Heavy cruisers, prepare to cover to the best of your abilities. The cruiser Lipe is still fighting. Fighting briefly, fighting honorably. You girls join up, makes it a bit more easy to see. Lock target on the Trinidad. Gazelle detach, increase to flank. Confirmed in range. Confirmed in range. Aggressive launch authorized. Aggressive launch authorized. Torpedoes away. Munich may lay a smoke screen. Turn off. Disengage. You fired your second salvo. Excellent. Disengage. With a smoke screen. Damn it, they missed. Still, that was a very good torpedo attack. Let's give it a few seconds. Oh yeah, that was a good torpedo attack. Light cruisers, stay in the area, please. Munich, stay in the area. Should I go for another torpedo attack? I mean, the enemy is very crippled, but they still have a lot of escorts. No, I'm going to end the battle here. 2 ships lost. 9 ships lost on the enemy side. I lost a heavy cruiser and a destroyer. But I simply ran out of ammo, really, to really continue the fight. Enemy heavy... look at... Enemy got lucky. Look at how many cruisers are badly damaged. Their battle cruiser badly damaged. Their destroyer flotilla decimated. It's just our light cruisers that are more or less intact. I think, yeah, Wow, 81k damage on an enemy destroyer, and it... Wow. That's impressive. That is impressive. Oh, hello. Our East Asia squadron. Having a single H-class battleship and 2 battle cruisers, essentially. Found the Spanish ships. Now, this battle is important. If I lose this battle, I lose Asia, essentially. Because it will take me a long time to get reinforcements there. One battleship versus 1. 1 battle cruiser versus 2. They got the heavy cruiser advantage. I have battle cruiser advantage. 1 destroyer. Oh, might as well use her. It's a small one. It's an old one. Unlike the 1550, this girl, I'm bringing in the firepower today. Mark III 12.5-inch guns. Oh yes. Heavy battle cruiser. And another heavy battle cruiser. X-Class. Oh dear. We have a Dessau with us. We have the Dessau with us. You will detach immediately and operate solo. This way the rest of the cruisers at least can do 21 knots. Enemy is northwest. So let's set a course. I was gonna say until we find the enemy, but we found them. Battle cruisers, battleship, heavies, and Dessau. Continue to run straight at them. 19 nautical miles. Probably kilometers, actually. 16. My torpedoes have a 9.5 kilometer range. Keep locking onto the enemy battleship. We're almost in range. I know we will get intercepted by the torpedo boats, but F it, we gotta try, right? Aggressive torpedoes authorized. Locked on the battleship, authorized. Torpedoes away. You may disengage. Ooh, nice hit. My torpedo... This torpedo might hit the battleship? No? If it doesn't, it will hit... Ooh, it took down the battleship engine. That is pretty huge. We have an angle issue? Seriously? We're going to turn around. How is the reload? Reload ready. We're going in again on the enemy battleship. Cruisers have finished their turn. Battle cruisers have finished the turn. Enemy battleship locked on. Enemy battleship engines are back online. First torpedo launched. Come on, fire the second one. The second one is not launching. Disengage, disengage, disengage. All torpedoes are used up. No hits, no hits. Okay, Cruiser Dessau has entered the battle. This is the first time that coastal defense ships from the German Navy engaged the enemy. I mean, yes. Cruisers. Do your thing. Okay, Dessau, crowd out. Battleship. I want you to start firing over there. Battle cruisers. Can you hit the enemy battle cruiser with your main guns? If so, please do so. Dessau, your mission is to, well, essentially to die. Keep the enemy occupied while doing so. Rams, please. Come on. It's those capital ships that I really want to kill. My heavy cruisers are just blocking here for the capital ships. That's sad. Heavy cruisers, if you can, fire at the battle cruiser. Can't have much armor. Only 9-inch, yeah. Close in. Tighten up formation. Ooh, the first flooding hit there on the battle cruiser. That is good. Dessau in the meanwhile, as expected, taking heavy fire. I don't expect her to live, but she'll keep at least a single, maybe more divisions of the enemy occupied. That's a good hit. That is not as good. Dessau sinks, as expected. I mean, there was a reason I didn't really want to have these ships in the fleet anymore. They are very, very easy to kill at that speed. And there's no way I can defend them either, because, you know, if I have to choose between defending Dessau or killing these two capitals, my mind has been made up. That said, though, like I said, Dessau did die with glory, really. I mean, she kept a large enemy division occupied for quite some time. There goes Engine 1, that battle cruiser is done for. Flash fire. These battle cruisers focus fire on the battleship. Remember, this fight is important. I need to win this fight. I don't mind losing the previous one, But this is the only fleet that I have in the East Asia, so it is vital that I come out on top here, preferably without losing half my fleet. So far I lost 2 ships. Ooh, look at that, 0.5% structure. Enemy battlecruiser sunk. One way or another, this will at the very least hurt the Spanish. Allowing my battleship to finish off the enemy battleship. I'm gonna turn my battle cruisers and heavy cruisers around to deal with these heavies that are coming in behind me. Jesus. Very glad I decided to add a battleship here to East Asia's fleet, but I'm not sure it will be enough. Is another flooding hit. I think we got her. 2, 1. Yes, sir. Sir, fire there with your main guns, fire there with your secondary guns. Increase to flank. Let's start hurting them. Ooh, Casa Barbarossa. I need to detach you at once. So you can hopefully turn away a bit. Though we might be looking at the loss of our second cruiser here. I'm afraid so, yeah. Secondaries are starting to pick up. Good. There is a large fool still in the area. Target both of these. Casa Barbarossa is still alive. But with the destruction of the 2 enemy capital ships, of course, I got a decisive advantage. Assuming I don't run out of ammo, and I will. Well, maybe not on this ship, but the other ones, yeah. Careful though, the enemy might be going after my lonesome little boat. Let's move back to protect it. This cruiser here. That's a ship that worries me right now. Let's get her attention, please. save fire only with the main guns on the battle cruisers, simply because of the ammo status. Battleship, back to 20 knots, please. There we go, 5k damage. That was a good hit. Battle cruisers, let's come in, please. So we can use the secondaries again. Ships are in retreat, ladies and gentlemen. I think the enemy is giving up. Not be unhappy about that, seeing the state of my battleship. Normal fire your main guns. Cruisers, turn around. We're almost out of ammo, which is pretty bad, actually. Alright, battleship. That's a 4k hit. Let's slow down to 23 knots for the remainder of the battle. If we can kill these 3 cruisers still, I would be happy. The standard bulkheads last a lot better than I expected. They're still coal-powered ships though. Structure 7%. Okay, Republic has surrendered. Good. Wait. Okay, no, you are in retreat. Excellent. I'm gonna tell the cruisers to disengage. Okay, you're done for. That's good, because I'm essentially out of ammo on these battle cruisers. But we can't leave without saying goodbye now, can we? Just a couple of shots. The angle is not great. Neither is my ability to aim, it seems. Alright, let's disengage. I think we did okay. Not great, but we did okay. And we survived. And my god, that torpedo salvo at the start. Nice getting used to it again. It's been a long time since I had a fight like that. And I admit I underestimated the range of the enemy torpedoes. I thought they would have smaller range, but they didn't. Barbarossa is the only ship that still has ammo, it seems. Can't risk its destruction, though. So let's use these ships to protect Barbarossa. One of the more modern heavy cruisers. This one enemy cruiser is going straight at it, but oh, she surrendered due to high casualties. She must have had a fire going still. Okay, yeah, we lost 2 ships. Heavy cruiser Dessau, not a big loss, but still, it's a loss. And a destroyer in exchange for a battleship, battle cruiser, 4 heavies, nice. Only 3 heavy cruisers remain. Yeah, that is a good victory. Considering the ships we had, yes, a good victory. And then we have a meeting in Europe. 2 heavy cruisers against a very large enemy fleet. This is a Hagen and a Pommern. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's cram fighting time. Let's see what we can do here. Again, the enemy has a distinct advantage here, I believe. However, the loss of this fleet is not vital for me. I'd rather not, though. So, what are your predictions? Let me know in the comments down below. What will this fleet do? How will we do? Will we be able to survive? Will we be able to deal with the enemy torpedo attacks? What will we kill? Let me know. And you will see, next time, in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, what the results will be. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, take care.